tenemos que decirle a Mayo, a la policía de Phoenix, a la de Glendale, de todo el estado.
What does it mean to decolonize?
Well, you should talk sometime with Tupac Enrique.
Oh, I know him.
He gave a good talk this morning at the jail. That means to get rid of the 520-year-old rule that the Pope decided, or in Europe, that you could take over countries and turn them into your own land. And that rule wasn't in effect before that, so that it came as a form of colonization, that people could come here and just take land away, and that this was a European rule.
And what do we do now that we have that arbitrary rule? What do we do now?
It's the result of all the Native Americans are on the reservations, and
right.
They're kept from having any kind of full citizenship, and because of the boundaries.
Don't get full citizenship?
Well, these people don't, a lot of them, because they're families from here, but maybe they lived in Mexico for a while, so they may not be documented here.
And the tribes, this was all tribal land, in our country and in Mexico, there were not borders back then.
So do you think maybe no borders on tribal lands? What are you proposing? What's the solution?
Well, first they need comprehensive immigration reform. Which means a pathway to citizenship for people who've been here for a while. A year or two, whatever, or have family here. And not have discrimination against brown-skinned people because they are the ones who are related to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
And this land belonged to some of their families hundreds of years ago.
Why don't we say to the Mexican government, you must create opportunity?
Well, I'll tell you, because partly we haven't been very good at our economic relations with Mexico. NAFTA has about ruined their economy. Their domestic corn production, they used to produce most of their food, and now they're dependent because of our farmers want to sell corn and other things. We've ruined their economy.
Yeah, but this administration just destroyed the tomato industry down there. I mean, what do we do?
I think we have to get rid of NAFTA. We have to get a better foreign policy that certain companies don't exploit the people of other nations, and let those nations develop their own economies without interference.
And can't we demand that they stop pumping all the money? I mean, Mexico has the wealthiest man in the world.
Yeah.
Can't we say, hey, wait a second, we're supposed to redistribute? You redistribute, man.
Well,
this is crazy.
Yeah, sure. But I think that, I've traveled in Central America and Mexico, and I think the huge poverty problem is something that has to be dealt with systematically at schools, assistance for farmers, small farmers.
As someone who values human rights, wouldn't the American people feel compelled to say to Mexico, look at what you're doing to your people? We're holding you responsible because we're left trying to sort this out while you hurt them.
I'll tell you, I lived in Panama for 2 years. And we learned very quickly that you have to be careful how you preach to people in other countries, because they look at our country and see many bad things that we do here.
Do you think some of our problems that we're facing, especially in the Southwest, might be because those other countries are dropping the ball and not doing what they're supposed to be doing?
I think there's a little bit of effect of the border, but I think we got immigrants all over the United States doing good jobs. They're wonderful people.
We're a country of
they're
immigrants.
Kind. Yeah, my parents were immigrants. And they're kind, gentle, honest, hardworking people.
Smart.
And they're not criminals. But what these people like Arpaio and are doing is trying to criminalize them, get them also to have records of felonies and misdemeanors, so they won't be eligible to apply for citizenship.
So do you think that Arpaio puts them in a position where they break the law so then they can be deported?
Well, I think there are bad cops and good cops.
So do they
cops,
stage crime?
They look for like a broken taillight or a crack in something, or a light that's out on a license plate or something, and arrest that person.
They do that to drunk drivers too. Should they not do that?
Well, it's a matter of human rights. You have to have reasonable suspicion, and freedoms in our society to not be just arrested for something, and that on the basis of looking for something else. He's been vicious as far as breaking up families, not investigating the
does he have a
sex
choice on
abuse of
breaking up
kids.
families?
Huh?
Does he actually have a choice? I mean, we have laws that they have to. Does he actually have a choice?
He's got posses. He's got a tank. He's got psychological warfare against the undocumented. They've had a plan to make it so uncomfortable for these people that they'll go back somewhere.
There seems to be some move to arresting the Dreamers' parents.
Yeah.
And
Just
Do you
last
think
week-
they're identifying Dreamers' parents to arrest?
It may well be. The Dreamers have been registering, like they pay $500 to get into a plan that they could stay for 2 years if they're in education, they're under an age, and so forth. Well, just about a week ago, one of the organizers, leaders of the Dreamers, her house was raided by the